Fitin10 Nation, it is day 15, and I want to remind you that if you want me to look at MyFitnessPal, make sure you friend me. I put my username, my MyFitnessPal username in Slack, and also I failed to mention, and my apologies, that you need to make sure that you make your diary available to your friends, or you can just make it fully public. You just have to go to, it's like settings, diary settings, and then you go down to diary entries, and then it's like, you know, there's one more option there, and then you can make it public. Okay, so please do that, or else I can't see it. I'm friends with you, but your diary is grayed out. Okay. Also, reminder: your macros are coming. And I need you to send me your feedback this weekend, okay? Go to www.trainonmain.com/Fitin10. Just as we normally write it, the 10 is a numeral, Fitin10 check-in, all one word. Okay? trainonmain.com/Fitin10 check-in. Okay, some time ago, this was maybe 2 days ago, I guess. Somebody had mentioned, like, hey, you know, I can't remember exactly what they said, but there was a concern of getting quote bulky, and that they didn't want to get bulky. And so, first of all, we need to define what bulk is. Essentially, getting bulky is putting on weight, putting on specifically body fat. And this may come along with some muscle. In fact, even if you don't do anything and you just put on body fat, you will add some muscle to some degree just by over-consuming food. Just like when you lose weight, you're at a much greater risk of losing muscle mass. This is one reason why we weight train. Another reason why we follow a high-protein diet and enough calories is to try to maintain, if not stimulate, some muscle growth. But at the very least, we maintain. Okay, so coming back to this person being concerned with being bulky, there is nothing in this challenge where you are putting on body fat. There is nothing about this. You are in a deficit. In order to put on body fat, you have to be in a calorie surplus. You have to. You are not in a calorie surplus. You are in a calorie deficit. And this program is not designed. Nowhere in the program do we say we're going to add some fat to your body. Okay, we're not doing that. All right. We are not bulking you up. If you wanted to bulk up purely, you just wanted to add weight to your body, you would just, I would suggest you not doing very much and then just consuming as much food as you can. Okay, now you might say, well, don't a lot of football players, don't they want to bulk up? Yeah, generally they want to add weight to their body and they'll weight train, so it's going to help them to get stronger and improve their athleticism, but they also want more weight behind them. And so they're going to overconsume calories, put on some body fat. The overconsumption of calories will help with more muscle gain as well, and they're going to bulk up. We are not doing this. We are in a calorie deficit, and as I said, we're keeping that weight training into, at the very least, maintain muscle mass. We don't want to lose lean muscle tissue. We need this for keeping our metabolism as high as possible. Lean muscle mass is the most, aside from your brain and your organs, is the most metabolically expensive tissue in the human body. Okay? So don't worry about getting bulky. All right. Another question that this person had, which was a great question, by the way. Very, very good question. Nobody ever seems to ask me this. Maybe one person asked me this in all the history of the challenge. They asked me, where does fat go? Where does fat go? When you are losing fat, when you are metabolizing fat just basically means you're breaking it down. It's being utilized as energy. Okay, but where does everything actually go? Okay, there's energy there, but where do the atoms go, right? Like, so if you don't have a science background, that's okay. So I'm just gonna give this a very, very brief description, but when we're talking about fat tissue, you can think of it as, it's like a structure of atoms, and those atoms are bonded with energy, essentially, okay? There's basically energy holding those atoms together. But where do the atoms go? Well, you know we break up the energy and the energy is used. Where do the atoms go? Well, the atoms get metabolized. Okay, well, sorry. The fat gets metabolized, and the atoms eventually get metabolized into, or converted to, carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so obviously the water we would sweat out for the most part, and the carbon dioxide we breathe out. So that is right. We breathe out the majority of the fat in our body when we're burning it. So, thought that would be very, very interesting. By the way, if you just breathe more, that's not going to burn more fat, okay? But that is, it would burn very, very little. Okay, that is where fat goes when you burn fat. Okay, I'm doing great here, 6 minutes. Let's get to the message of the day. Message of the day is this. Every meal is a short-term investment in how you feel. A mid-term investment in how you look. And a long-term investment in your freedom from disease. So I'm going to read that one more time. Every meal is a short-term investment in how you feel. A mid-term investment in how you look. And a long-term investment in your freedom from disease. Now, that's not to say that you're not going to potentially get a disease, but certainly there are many diseases that are lifestyle related. We know this for sure. And so your chances for disease significantly go down based on your diet. Now, what kind of diet would that be? Again, it's really hard to narrow down, but we definitely know for sure that eating more real whole foods, fruits and vegetables, real as undisturbed meat as possible, like wild meat is certainly much better than farmed. Getting all of these things that we can harvest, so basically getting, essentially, as trite as it sounds, getting back to nature. This is going to be the best way that, or this produces the best long-term health. Okay, and certainly we can all agree that we know that if we eat less calories, we follow a higher protein diet. Okay, higher protein diet, we monitor our calories, we're going to look much better. Okay, we're going to be happier with the way that we feel and look. Okay, unless of course your look is to be bulky. Okay, and so this is really the message behind this. So I'm going to say it one more time because it's really, really important. Especially how you feel, right? I mean, you've all had a meal where you've been like immediately afterwards, like, oh, I just don't feel good, okay? Or shortly there afterwards. Every meal is a short-term investment in how you feel, a mid-term investment in how you look, and a long-term investment in your freedom from disease. Think about that every time you go to eat something, okay? Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, and for the love of God, give some gratitude. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Macros are coming. Stay tuned. I will have them to you by tomorrow. See you guys.